Have you ever walked away from a conversation and replayed it over and over? What you said, what they said, what you should have said? Maybe you felt responsible, maybe defensive, maybe completely overwhelmed. And even when the moment's passed, your body hasn't quite caught up yet. Many ADHDers will understand this scenario. With our busy minds and overthinking, it comes with the territory. Today, we're diving deep into the drama triangle, what it is, and how awareness can help identify what role we've assigned ourselves in certain situations. Welcome to ADHD Difference Strategies. I'm Julie Legg, your host, author of The Missing Piece, and an ADHD advocate. Over the years, I've had the privilege of speaking with incredible guests, unpacking real-life strategies, mindsets, and tools for navigating ADHD. This Bitesized series brings those insights together, thought, practical, and ready to use. I explored the drama triangle with Bex O'Malley on Season 2 of the ADHD Difference podcast, and it can completely change how you understand how we can react in certain moments. And before we get into it, I'm going to let Bex explain part of this in her own words.
The drama triangle check is me saying, am I in victim right now? Or am I in rescue? Or am I trying to fix everything for everyone else, but not focusing on actually what I need? I was in that one a lot. Or persecutor. Is everything a problem? That initial check-in in itself is just a little epiphany, because we can be in and out of that quite a lot without realizing it.
The drama triangle was originally developed by Stephen Karpman. It describes 3 roles we tend to fall into when we're emotionally activated: the victim, the rescuer, and the persecutor. The victim sounds like, this is happening to me. I have no power here. The rescuer says, let me fix this. I'll take this on. And the persecutor says, this is wrong. You're wrong. I need to take control. And here's what's really important for ADHDers. We don't just land in one of those roles. We can move between them quickly, and sometimes in the same conversation. Because ADHD isn't just about attention. It's also about emotional regulation. Research shows that emotional dysregulation is a core part of ADHD, meaning emotions can feel more intense, come on faster, or be harder to shift once they're activated. So when something happens in a conversation, we don't just think about it, we feel it fast. And once that emotional response is activated, it's much harder to pause, reframe, or step back. Studies have also shown that adults with ADHD often find it difficult to modify or soothe emotional responses once they're in motion, which is why moments can escalate quickly or linger long after they've ended. And this is where the drama triangle comes into action, because it gives you something ADHDers don't often get in the moment: a way to step back, a way to observe, a way to interrupt the pattern. So instead of trying to stop the reaction completely, you notice it. In the middle of the moment, or even just after, ask, which role am I in right now? Am I collapsing into the victim, trying to fix everything as a rescuer, or pushing back as the persecutor? And this is where the science really supports the strategy, because research shows that something called self-distancing, the ability to step back and observe your own thoughts or emotional state, can actually reduce emotional intensity. Even something as simple as naming what's happened can begin to calm the response. So asking, what role am I in right now, isn't just an insight, it's regulation. From there, you have a choice. Instead of victim, you step into self-advocate. Instead of rescuer, you become a supportive ally. Instead of persecutor, you move into clear communication. And notice the difference. You're not shutting down the emotion, you're redirecting it. And one of the most powerful questions in all of this is, what's actually mine to hold here? Because ADHDers, especially those who have spent years masking people pleasing, often take on too much responsibility, too much emotional weight, too much ownership of other people's reactions. And when you pause and ask that question, you start to separate what's yours from what isn't. And that alone can reduce overwhelm significantly. This isn't about getting it right every time. It's not about never reacting. It's about noticing the pattern just a little earlier. Because even catching yourself once a day can start to shift how you relate to others. And more importantly, how you relate to yourself. Because often what sits underneath these roles isn't failure, it's protection, trying to stay safe, trying to stay connected, and trying to stay in control. The drama triangle doesn't take that away, it just gives you another option. A big thanks again to Bex O'Malley for sharing this strategy and for being part of the broader ADHD difference conversation. If you'd like to hear more from that episode, head over to our main series. You'll be looking for Season 2, Episode 19, to hear more of her ADHD insights. Links are in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in. For more practical tools for beautifully different brains, hit the subscribe button.